makipaglaban kami, babagsak ang ekonomiya. Paano namin mapapakain ang aming mga pamilya? Negosyo o kalayaan? Bayan o sarili, pumili ka!
Wired on the mic and then Chucky on the beat. Inspired and we fight anybody with the heat. Killing in these streets, ain't nobody want this beef. And we clashing on the mic, do not tell me we are weak.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy CashualChuck, a Pinoy from the start. My stories they can spark and destroy what you lack. You annoyed, you attract with your boy. Ain't nobody gonna track me and Wyatt. Make some noise.
Hit 'em with the culture, ain't nobody here a vulture. Bringing people joy, we ain't here to insult you. We a soldier in the game, you will never be the same. And my whole cocktail, feel of pride all the way.
To the sun on the 3 stars, di kailangan malak, all we need are some sick bars. Learning from the foreign unbeloved and some battle scars. Life's full of twists like a wheel of a fast car. Of a fast car.
This is history, sakin doman tataga. We're here to have fun, spreading music from afar. We all laugh and we spark, it's all love from the heart. Filipino with the bars, aiming high to the stars.
We get drums and the bass and the voice and guitar. Walang beef, walang case, walang drugs sa cigar. Are you mad? Injured? Are you sad? We a cure. We're just loving all the culture, we go clashing, that for sure.
Culture clash.
What is up, everyone? It's your boy Chuck, back again with another live stream. So today is a very special day because we have one of the most on-demand reactors. They are the dynamic duo of the SB19 reactors community. They just have so many fans, man, and one of them is me. I can't believe they here, man, and we are about to get to know them more on a personal level. I guarantee you guys there will be some shock moments for things that you're about to find out about them because they've been doing a lot of research about these guys, and these guys are not to be trifled with. Okay, so without further ado, let's welcome Throga vocal gems, Richard and Johhny.
Yo, what's up, Chuck?
Good morning.
Yo, how are you guys doing, man?
Doing
I'm good.
man.
The first thing I want to do is we need to react to Chuck's opening song.
I was thinking the same thing. Freaking
That
awesome.
was so much fun.
Listen to that
Oh,
thundering
thank you.
applause we're getting, Richard. Listen to that.
Well, thank you so much, you guys. I mean, we're just here trying to have fun and make sure that everybody have fun as well. So, oh man, okay. So let's get the ball rolling here. I have challenged our viewers to guess things about you, and the first
no.
question I asked them, I put a poll on a chat. I said, before he started singing, Richard was a blank. So the choices are between basketball player, heavy metal drummer, Johhny Sins, or Lex Luthor. So 72% of y'all viewers answered heavy metal drummer, 19% basketball player, Lex Luthor 4%, Johhny Sins 4%. Which one is it, Richard?
Well, if anyone knows me at all in my athletic prowess, it's
Lack
definitely
thereof.
not basketball. that we can take that one right off. And I just learned who Johhny Sins was. Don't look that up. It'll get you in trouble.
I don't know who that is, actually.
Oh no!
No, don't look it up.
Did not.
Your fiance's gonna look at your history.
Oh no! You'll be in trouble.
Let's just say it would go along with your Thronely only idea on our channel.
Thronely fans? That was the original name of our fans. Thronely fans. So then people started looking that up and they found very naughty images, Chuck. And they looked that up.
We need to change it.
So we had to
I know.
change it.
I was a metal drummer, and actually, it was Johnny's dad who first taught me how to play drums when I was 8 years old. The first song I learned was "Let It Be" from the Beatles, and then I quickly moved on to Metallica and Pantera. So
Wow.
that was my jam.
Wow, that is so cool. So you don't only sing, you know drums as well. And now drums
Once
are
upon a time.
once upon a time. So you've been back in the day, in my early years, like I speak like I'm very old now, but people who are involved in bands tend to have many girls liking them. So you must have an abundance of them back in the day.
Well, I will tell you the reason I started singing is my senior year in high school. I joined choir because there was a girl that I liked in choir, and that was the only reason I even pursued singing.
Oh,
And I fell in love with singing, and then I gave up the drums and quit the band and bought a PA and took a whole different path.
yo, look, yeah,
That was it.
yeah, that's what girls are. They inspire us to make us better. I like that.
Right.
That's actually one of the reasons why I started guitar as well in our church back then. So okay, we got something in common.
Yeah, I think most musicians that's their starting point for some variation of that, some version of there's a girl.
Impress a girl. I love that. Okay, second poll of the day. I put in Johhny has blank. The choices are between Perfect Pitch, a #1 hit on Billboard charts, and a star athlete in high school basketball. 54% of them said you have Perfect Pitch. 25% said a #1 hit on Billboard charts. 19% a star athlete basketball. Johhny, can you reveal the answer, please?
I think it's all of them.
Yo, okay, it's all of them. So, whoa.
It's a trick question.
So you all guys are wrong. I forgot to put all of the above there. I'm sorry. But
Way to set it up.
yeah, we've seen it in action though. The perfect pitch part, like every time you react to something, you always try to show off, right? But we love that every time you do that, and that's just crazy, man. I don't even know. I can't wrap my head around how you do it, guys.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know either. I didn't actually know until I was like in 5th grade. I was in a class and they were talking about perfect pitch, and I had never heard of it. And then the teacher's like, so for instance, like I think they were talking about Mozart or something. Like, you could play this note, and somebody could play that note, and Mozart would be able to say it. And he played that note. I was like, oh, that's a G. And he's like, who said that? I was like, I thought I was in trouble for speaking out in class. And then I was like, oh, okay, I guess I can do that.
Damn! Wow, you are gifted, man. That is so cool. And I think with that gift, you have even what do you call this? You have improved it a lot all throughout these years, and now you are in the process of sharing it to other people. By teaching.
Yeah. No, it definitely comes in handy. It's a nice skill. It's a nice little thing to have.
My skill was finding a perfect friend with perfect pitch, so I didn't have to try to find it myself. That's how that
perfect. I
Only
love that.
one thing better than perfect pitch. It's perfect friendship, Richard. Perfect.
Hey, okay, Johhny, you're there. I love that, bro. Okay. Another thing here is you having a #1 song on the Billboard charts. So can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so that was with the band Johhny. So that was back in 2021, I think. So I wrote it around the pandemic with a couple buddies of mine. And Elvio Fernandez is a member of the band Johhny, and then Johhny himself. And so it was on the rock radio charts, and it got to #1 on the recurrent charts. Yeah.
Wow. And that song is called what?
That's called Heavy as the Crown.
Okay, let's pull that up here and try to hear a little bit of portion of that.
There it is.
I love Johhny, man. I love Johhny.
Heavy is the crowd. Still standing with it, trying to bring my castle down. Heavy is the crowd.
I mean, what an accolade right there. You are.
What's even cooler is Johhny co-wrote with Johhny their latest single, "The Dam," that was just released on Friday, 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah, just now. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, that is
Such a good tune. So everybody check it out.
Yeah, we got high hopes for that one. So everybody check it out. Call your radio stations. Get
Oh man, that is exciting as heck, man. Thank you so much for sharing that to us.
Oh,
and you as well you were a you had a star role in a basketball team in high school. So
Yeah,
how was that?
I wouldn't. I was a good basketball player. We went to a smaller school, so I was very good in my in my sort of what community or whatever, like the surrounding towns. I didn't like go to the NBA. Oh, look at that! I wasn't in the NBA or anything. Yeah, true play from day one, right there. True play.
So Johnny's being humble though on the whole athlete thing. He was not only he was maybe a bit of a big fish in a small pond scenario, not a big school, but he was the star basketball player, he was the star soccer player, and he was the star track player or player. That's you. My athleticism is coming through.
I was a trackist. Yes.
He was a trackist.
Wow.
Yes. So,
wow.
Yeah, and
So
and then going to the music thing, he was also first chair trumpet player, and he was an incredible artist, and he's like a Renaissance genius. And so I stole him.
Awesome is what Richard's trying to say.
We went to the same high school. I'm 5 or 6 years older than him, and so I kind of stole him and put him in my band and made him do all my projects, and somehow we became friends.
Richard, but Richard is amazing in so many ways too, and just it was such a different, he just showed me a different way of looking at the world and
don't follow the
being
rules,
creative.
basically.
Yeah, he's one of a kind.
yeah, I love that. There was a saying that I heard. I don't know where it came from, but it was like, try to read all the rules, but read it so that you can break them.
Mhm.
Right. So
Yeah,
I love that saying, and you just being free, discovering yourself and the world, and it's just that's the point of life. That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
So
No,
speaking of your basketball career, you don't get there if you are not tall or you have physical gifts, right? How tall are you, Johhny? Like, hold on, don't answer yet.
Wait,
I asked the audience.
This is a trivia question, isn't it?
No, so I asked the audience. The choices are between 7 foot, 6'9", 6'4", 5'11". 52% of them said 6'4". Are they correct?
Yes, they are.
Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
they are.
well done.
6'4.5" to be exact, but who's counting really?
Wow. That is tall, man. What is your position back then?
Well, originally I started out as a guard because up until freshman year of high school I was kind of normal sized, and then I think that summer going into freshman year I grew 7 inches or something. It was crazy. So then I became more of a power forward. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Who is your basketball athlete, influence? Or who did you look up to?
Michael Jordan. I was a Jordan fan. Huge Jordan
MJ.
fan. Yeah.
I love that. Okay. So I'm sure you bought yourself a pair of Jordans as well.
I did.
For sh-
Senior year. Yep. They were expensive
love
even back then too, and I still saved up my pennies and got them.
I love that, man. Yo. So I know you try to downplay yourself, like it's just a little town and all that, but having that experience is still amazing, man. I used to play ball as well, and in this little town, I wasn't the best, but I was part of one of the best teams in the town.
Yeah.
And it felt great, man. I mean, like
Mhm.
it's just a nice feeling to be part of something, right?
It is. Yeah. I learned so much from it too. Just the, just having a team, learning. It's like when you play sports, you have to have a work ethic, and you can't just be like, oh, I don't feel like doing it today. And that's really translated into a lot of parts of my life, and including my musical life too. It's like you have to have that similar mentality. And Richard actually with his Throga, it's like he sort of has a, he's got that sports sort of theme with what he does as well. It's like you're a vocal athlete.
Yeah, it's
Just as
basically
close
your
as I got
craft.
to playing basketball.
Yes.
Oh man. Okay. Now let's go to Richard. I asked another question to our viewers here. I said Richard shared a fun fact with me. He is blank. So the choices are between completely unable to detect odor, completely deaf in one ear, or completely blind in one eye. 61% of the people answered completely unable to detect odor. So you can't smell. But is that true?
That is false.
What is it?
Actually, the drummer in my band actually can't smell, but that's not
Whoa.
for Richard.
Really, Mike can't.
He can't smell.
So
Nope.
that's
He got hit
crazy,
with a
isn't it?
baseball in the nose when he was 12 years old. He broke his nose and he lost his sense of smell.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so
I mean, there's a benefit to that. I mean, you can go in a gutter and just.
it depends on where you're at. Yeah, depends on what
Does have
scenario.
benefit.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I'm
man.
actually completely deaf in my right ear. I was originally, they thought I was going to be, I mean, I had tubes in my ears and everything put in as little kids. And when I was in my early teens, it was an 80% loss in my right ear, 60% loss in my left, with 100% loss of comprehension hearing. So I was just in the path of not just going deaf. So I started learning sign and all of that. And
Oh,
eventually
man.
my brain rerouted itself, gave up on the right side, and I've got more than perfect hearing on my left. So it's just kind of like the neuroplasticity. I'm sure a lot of it came from just my love of music and everything. That just like the need to hear and experience sound. I was fortunate to do what I do because of it.
I love that, man. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Brian
So
Wilson from the
basically,
Beach Boys also was deaf in one ear. Did you know that?
I did not.
So you're in good company right there. Yeah.
but man, that's beautiful. You know what they say, that when you lose, or at least lose a portion of that sense, whatever's left is amplified, and I think that's your case there.
Very much
So,
what happened. Yeah.
Wow, I love that, dude. Okay, so man, just a few minutes in, 15 minutes in, we have already known them more, and this only means that you will get more fans. A lot of people can relate to you. Even I can relate to you guys, and you are not all about reacting. You guys are human beings too. So thank you so much for sharing a little bit of yourself. We are really grateful.
Our pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to tell you, this whole experience is surreal for me because I keep looking down at the buttons like I'm supposed to press something. 'Cause when we react to music, I'm in charge of like what you're doing, right? Like the
It's tough.
screens and setting, and my brain's like, oh, I just look in one place. Okay.
Yeah, it's not easy, but
It's
yeah,
giving me
that's.
if the casual feeling is in place. So well done.
I love that. Thank you. So I have been doing some research with you guys, and I found out that both of y'all, are very, very talented individual, and I would like to flex that talent to our audience here. So let me play a little clip here for you.
We're not doing a swimsuit portion, are we?
I hope I found some, but I did. Okay.
Buried that during the MySpace era.
The MySpace era. Yo, shout out to the people who got to my MySpace era, Friendster era. Come on, let's go, guys. Okay, let me play this real quick. Okay. People are like going crazy in the chat right now.
So good.
It's that picture, that strapping young lad on that picture. He's just striking. Look at that lack of gray hair. It's just beautiful.
Man,
That was 2006.
That's an old
really?
picture. It's 18 or whatever. Yeah, 18 years ago.
way back. Wow, man, that's
Yeah.
amazing. That sounded so good. I mean,
Thanks,
you
man.
can re-release the song, and I think it will do well in this day, dude.
Yeah, it
Like,
actually
wow.
it's funny because there was so I released that in 2015, and you know how these things go. It's like the market's so saturated. Like trying to get anything to come through and get people to hear it's really
Yes.
difficult.
It
So
is.
it was kind of like dormant for a while, and then somebody featured it on a podcast. It was like a crime show podcast. Stephanie Harlow is her name, and she asked if she could use my song. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then I started getting all these fans from it because like she has this huge following, and they started listening to this song, and it like came alive again in 2020. Actually, yeah,
Wow.
I was like,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
I'm happy for you, man.
great,
I
dude.
love that. I hope you keep going because this is a banger, dude. I also listened to the Radiate album, and a lot of them I really like.
Oh, thank you.
Damn.
Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Thank you, Latin Lover, for your super chat. She
The
said,
lattes?
"Thank you, CashualChuck, for bringing
Thanks,
these
Latte.
guests." Thank you so much. Okay, let's continue.
Look down.
Look at that hair.
Always recall moment for moment. This was the moment, the greatest moment of them
Wow. What? Hold on, man. If I hold my breath for that long, I think I'm gonna pass out.
What year is
He does have
this?
he does have the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest held note. I mean, there's a
He
talent
did.
there. Yeah.
More than 2 freaking minutes, right? And so this one is obviously shorter than that, but still very, very long. Like, dude, are you
Oh
human?
my goodness. What's really important to note is that the piano player is Johhny, who you can't see on stage.
Oh,
told you,
wow.
I dragged him through everything.
Yo, you've done things together all the time. All right.
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
And we go
I
way
can't even
back.
think of what year this is. Is this like 98?
No, that would have been so we did 2 of those shows. That was Downstairs Cabaret, right?
It was, yeah. in,
Okay, so it was either
Rochester, New York.
99 or I think like 2000 or
Okay.
2001ish. Yeah.
Like 25 years ago when I had
Yeah.
hair.
That hair, it looks amazing. But yeah, that hair, the dude that you have right now still looks amazing. I mean, yeah, man.
He's got a great head.
Yeah.
First of all.
Okay, man. Okay, let's keep going here. And you have not seen everything, guys. This
Oh my
one that is coming up right next, it's gonna shock you.
Oh, yep.
Orange to the room.
Oh my God! Look at young us.
Look at Johnny, he's a baby.
Mean mugging. Oh boy, yeah.
Where did you find this one?
Yeah.
This is
Come
my
on.
jam. The reunion.
Yeah.
You sound so good in this genre,
Oh,
man.
thanks. Yeah,
Yo.
this was a reunion, 2016. So the band,
That was early
the last
2000s.
show we did prior to that was 2005 when we released Scattered Ink.
Yep.
So that was
Nice.
that was one of my favorite projects.
I love that, dude. I'm a fan of these type of music. You know, the Disturbed, the Linkin Park, the Corns back then. Yo, I love that. It felt like it took me back in time, and yeah, man, I just love it, man.
Yeah, we were a big fan. We like the new metal stuff, the like Evanescence. We were
Evanescence.
big into Tool, Perfect Circle.
Tool.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Yeah, so that
those were
big influence.
influences.
Yeah, and
For
it's
me,
been fun to
vocally,
write
it
the-
was.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, say for me vocally, it was Audio Slave. Huge fan of Chris Cornell. Ted Neely is what got me really into singing to begin with. He was Jesus Christ Superstar. So it's like the Broadway crossover to rock, like the theatrical kind of mix of things.
Right.
And then writing the Daughtry stuff too. It's been fun because it's kind of like revisiting that time period. You know, when we were like really into that stuff, and we kind of like deviated. We did more pop things. We did all sorts of stuff.
Oh yeah.
But to kind of revisit the rock aspect has been really cool for me.
just widening the
past few years.
horizons, man. Just trying things out, and that's how you figure yourself out. And it's just a beautiful thing to go through different stages of evolution and transformation, and that's just beautiful to see, man. I was shocked really when I found out about this. And you guys looking great here, looking young. Yo,
I didn't know that was even still on the internet.
Younger, Chuck. We're looking younger.
right. Okay, and I actually found some footage of you guys rocking, so let's check that out. Again, another long one. And there's Johhny. Oh man, caught in 4K, Johhny. That is so cool, dude. I mean, did you hear those ladies scream? Like, come on, man.
Oh, we heard everyone. Yes.
Yo, that must be some great days, back then for you guys. Like, just
It was
doing
good.
your thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things you'd never go back to them. You like your life now, but when you look back, it's like it was a great time period.
The life we have now is built on those experiences for sure, right?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I mean, I bring those experiences being on stage and in the studio. Same thing with Johhny. Because we teach. Like I teach singing, he teaches songwriting, and it's what we do. For our livelihood. So if you didn't have all this stretch of experiences on stage, you can't really have that. You can't empathize with your students, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I think it's really necessary to have that background, whether it was good or bad is irrelevant. It's like you got to get your feet wet in order to really, assist in somebody else's path.
Yeah, I just look at that picture of myself and I'm just like, wow, eat a sandwich. Look how skinny. I was so skinny back then.
Yeah, man. But you do have the looks, though. Not gonna lie. I mean, man, come on, tall,
He's a handsome man.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, you
Yeah.
guys. You guys.
And talking about handsomeness, how's your love life, you guys? Like,
With the,
a lot of people.
We're not
curious about
together anymore.
it. Wait, what?
I'm kidding.
that's referencing the Bert and Ernie thing. we're not actually together, people. I know it sounds like it. No, he's so you want to go first, Richard? Go ahead.
Yeah, I have my wife Alicia. We've been married for 13 years. She's an amazing singer too. I have a stepdaughter who's 16 and a daughter who is 10, who's been featured on our channel a few times. Aurora, she's a riot.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that's so all is well here in that world. And Johhny, you have relatively new news to share.
Yeah, so I just got engaged last it would have been June. So 43. So it took a while. Man.
I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sorry,
Starting
ladies.
to lose hope. But yeah, no, it's, just got engaged. We had our engagement party yesterday, which is really fun. Yeah, so all is well there.
I love that. So, how long have you guys known each other? Like, how young were you when you found each other?
Well, he found me when I was born. I was like basically my whole life. Oh my gosh!
Yes.
So this is Richard, right?
I was a platinum blonde.
Oh wow! Look at that beautiful kid.
Adorable.
Oh,
So
if that background and clothes doesn't scream 70s, I don't know what does.
I know. Oh, you can definitely see a lot of Aurora in your young face.
Oh yeah, in the bloodline.
love
No,
that,
so
yeah.
our parents were friends at a local church.
That's
So you already
Your
know
head is-
Johhny.
Your head is way too big for your body in this photo. I love
it still is too big.
it. No, so yeah, our parents were friends. That's how we knew each other. He has an older sister, Maria, who's the same age as I am. So that's, that I knew her first, and then Johhny was, like I said, is there 5 years?
5 years difference between her and me.
Yeah, 5 years difference. So yeah, I just knew him his whole life, and then his dad taught me drums, like I said earlier. And so at that time, I was 8, so he would have been like 3. Running around the house while I'm over there playing drums, playing, Mozart. And what it actually wasn't until Judith was asking us in the chat.
I don't even see the chat. How do you guys have the chat? Oh wait, I see it now. Okay, there's a button.
This is chat. Press the button.
I got it.
So I knew of Johhny for years, right? But it wasn't until it was the end of 1997. I was working on an acoustic album, and I had stopped in at the local high school where I graduated from, and he was still there. So you'd have been like, I don't know, 10th. You were 16?
Right? Yeah, it was. I think it was sophomore.
10th grade, maybe.
Yeah.
So I'd stopped in and I went backstage, and just saying hi to everybody. And Johhny he's about to go on, and he's got this little notebook in front of him. He's asking everybody, what should I play? And I'm just like laughing, like, oh, I didn't really prepare anything. And people are throwing out like Billy Joel and the Charlie Brown theme song and this and that, just
everything under the sun. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just writing it all down, right? Elton John and all that. And then, so they introduce him. He goes out there, he puts this little notebook on the piano. And then without telling the audience what he just did, he starts playing the songs in the order that he wrote them down, that everybody backstage was just throwing at him. Damn. And I'm like, whoa. I mean, I knew he could play, right? I knew he was a musician, but I didn't realize the level of skill he was. So I don't know if it was that night or the next day. I basically called him up and said, "You are in my band now." I didn't even pose a question. And so he came over, and we've been working together ever since.
Yeah, and it was really quickly after that. I mean, there was a couple rehearsals, and then then we started just hanging out more, and like he had this musical that he was like writing. So him and I, there was one night in particular I can remember. I think you saw a picture of that.
Yeah,
it's a horrible picture, but great memory.
I love that.
But we basically stayed up until 5 or 6 in the morning working on this, and it's just like it
just clicked. Yeah,
it's just one of those relationships you just recognize like at a deep level. It's like, okay, I've known you in other lifetimes, and like we're doing it again. It's just so, and it's just so funny that he was around that whole time. Until I was 16, and it's kind of like, just like these two souls just kind of floating around doing their thing until they come back together, and do what they're supposed to do.
And then we end up starting a React channel decades later, right? You just because I live in Florida now, he's up in New York, so it's like this is a way for us to reconnect yet again. So it's just been an amazing experience.
That is amazing. Yeah, I love that. Music connects us all, even if we're far away, and
Absolutely.
It's this. I love that. I love that.
And like I said, he was just so different from everybody too. It's just it's just so unconventional in every single way. Like he grew up in a castle house that his father built, so it's just like going over there. It was like transporting to this whole different universe, and it's just like, and we talked about just really interesting things, and it was, it was definitely like a transformational time in my life, and it just, we flourished in a lot of ways.
I love
both
that.
of us, I think.
Okay, a lot of people are saying in the chat that they are now in love with both of you guys. So yeah,
we love you too.
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna lie, you guys are amazing individuals, very talented, and just hardworking, doing what they love and exploring the world of music and everything. So, okay, now that we have gotten to know them more, let's go ahead and proceed to the SB19 related stuff. Before we start with the SB19 questions, you guys, let's have them play a game. Let's have them compete each other. They have reacted to SB19 songs, and let's see if they can guess the voices of SB19 members. No. It's not a requirement. It doesn't mean that you become a fake 18 right away if you have a wrong answer. It's just a fun game. So let's try it out. Let's see who wins. Okay. Let's see who's the better SB19 listener, Johhny or Richard. Okay, let's go. some of these songs might be something that you haven't even heard yet. So that's really
Yes, the
completely.
song. I don't remember the song titles to the ones I wrote.
Oh, okay.
There's no way I'm gonna get this.
It's true.
Oh no. This is I think I just got a typo.
Oh,
here.
okay.
Sorry. My
was like,
fault.
oh,
My
no.
fault.
All right, I'm gonna go Pablo.
Okay.
I think Josh.
It's not
Okay.
Pablo. Ooh, you're right. Because we heard Pablo. I mean, you've heard them all rap, right? It's not.
I feel like
Stell's
Pablo's
rap. It's not-
generally got more of like
He's got-
an attack. Like he's
Bro.
just,
Yes, it's
a
more
little more
explosive.
aggressive.
He's got more glottal shocks in it, 100%. So,
It's either
I'm
Josh
actually-
or Justin.
I'm actually going to agree. I think it's Josh.
I think it's Josh though.
Okay. Yeah, that's amazing, dude. Because there was no hesitation, man. You do have perfect pitch because it's Josh, man. And you haven't even heard the song yet, right?
No.
No,
Damn,
no.
bro.
That's a fun one.
I'm coming up again, I take it off at tonight. I'm coming up again, I take it off at tonight.
I think that's
That is
Justin.
That is very tricky, though. Justin, okay.
I definitely don't hear Pablo or Stella there. Yeah, Ken's got a little more of a hollow sound to it. I'm slower at this, but I support your decision, Johhny.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it wait, play it again.
Well, coming back on it now.
I'm coming up again, I take it off
Is it-
at tonight.
Because Ken's got the lower.
Ken's got usually a huskier
He's got-
voice, but
it's
that's
just-
not to say that he
Yeah, but
can't
it's a
like.
slight hollowness to that. I'm leaning Ken, even though if Chuck were to make it easy for us, he would just play a really low song and then it would be obvious. So,
Right.
so I'm gonna go Ken.
Are you
but my
looking at
backup-
the chat? I feel like people are saying Ken in the chat.
Okay. Ken,
I
let's
believe
see.
it's
Off
Ken.
at tonight.
Let's see if you're correct.
I'm coming up again,
Yeah,
I
it is Ken.
take it off at tonight.
Do you hear? It's like there's like this almost duality on the lower end with that, where I think Justin is a little bit more of a clean sound,
Right.
a little more. I don't want to say feminine, but it's just there's just something a little bit more cleaner to his
All right.
tone.
You're trying to trick us, aren't you, Chuck? All right, I see how it is. All right.
Yeah, it's one of the unique songs he's done that we didn't really
Yeah.
expect he would do. So yeah, I was caught off guard as well when he released this.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going.
All right, now I'm looking at the chat.
All right, I'm gonna close the chat actually for
Yeah,
that.
you know,
I
let's be-
just want to take you off my mind. Take it tight.
All right, I'm closing chat.
All my life you stood by me when no one else was ever behind me.
I'm going Justin there.
All my life you stood by me when no one else was ever behind me.
Yeah, I
Johnny?
think it's Justin. Yeah,
I'm
Justin.
leaning it. Yeah,
It is pretty tricky. Let's see.
All my
It's Josh.
life
Josh again.
when no one else was ever behind me. Nobody.
Oh, this song either.
Okay, let's see if you can get this one.
Oh, see now this is probably Josh too.
That one's tough because it's distorted.
Yeah, it is. It's not a clean sound.
Probably Justin. I'll say Justin.
It's Justin or Pablo. The distortion's throwing me off because Pablo has a natural distortion in his tone, so it's like
Mhm.
getting blurred a little bit, and it sounds
Yeah.
pretty dramatic. Which Pablo's like really dramatic, like you said earlier. So I'm
we
gonna
get
go
a-
Pablo.
Did we get it wrong, Chuck?
Let's see. Are you also Pablo?
If
Johnny?
it's Josh again,
Yeah, we're leaving. We're out of here.
Pablo.
It is Pablo.
Oh.
Okay. I haven't heard this one either. Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
I just wanna live in my imagination.
That's all you're
I
giving
just
us?
wanna live in my imagination.
Yeah, just shoot for it, man.
That could easily be Stel, but Stel's, he can do so many different textures with his
I
voice.
know.
Play it again.
Okay.
The vibrato feels like Stel to me.
I just wanna live in my imagination.
It's probably Justin, but I'm gonna go
I
with Stel.
just wanna live
Okay, Justin, Johhny, still.
So we're
in
going
my
with Stel?
imagination. While we walk slowly under the trees and
It was Justin. So yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't
Well
even
done.
guess.
That was a great tone.
All right. Did you not guess? I think I heard you guess Justin, Johhny.
Yes, I did.
Good
I was thinking Justin.
That's
gotta be
going
Stel.
Stel here.
Oh, that was easy.
Yeah.
It's got that natural tenor, yeah.
So they, yeah, hands down, Stel. But on the other one with Justin, that was cool because he had like a little airiness in there and like a smooth vibrato, which and I don't feel like I know his voice as well. So that's I was thinking it was
Yeah.
because I definitely heard Stel in that space as well.
Yeah, that actually makes sense. If I wasn't able, if I didn't hear the song first, I would easily say that it could be Stel. So yeah, that makes sense.
This is hard though.
It is.
He played that. See, we're used to hearing them in the context of each other, right? So when you hear them against each other, I think it makes it easier to immediately go, oh, you can hear it transition into Pablo, you hear it transition into Ken or something. When the individual samples, this is harder than I thought it was. Even.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
we walk slowly under the trees and
Ooh.
while
The
we
distorted
walk
one.
slowly under the trees and
Huh.
That is Justin's song, but one of the 4 SB19 members sang it. So it's
Okay. So
Well,
got
we
one
wouldn't have known
unfortunate-
that part. 'Cause they all do head voice really well. I don't think
There's
it's
an airiness
Josh.
of Pablo-esque.
But that could be Ken too, because when he goes into head voice, like
I know he's deceptively
time?
got a higher voice than you think. I think it's Pablo.
okay.
while we walk slowly under the trees and
I'm going Ken.
Okay.
It's tough with the distortion.
while we walk slowly
Yeah, it's Pablo.
Pablo.
He's killing it.
trees and we swing each other's hands in rhythm and I can feel it.
Oh, singing right in the passagio there. That's
Iba ay ibang mundo na kita nila mabuting iba gaya
We
nila
know the song.
ang mata ang tama wala ha
Wait, there's multiple
Iba
voices. in this?
ay ibang mundo na kita nila mabuting iba gaya nila pikit ang mata
I got it.
ang tama wala ha
I got it. It's
Hey,
SB19.
Pablo, right? Wow, you're good. Is that Pablo again?
It sounds like him in the very beginning, like
Yeah.
like as like he's like as like a hype man, but I don't know if he's singing the rest of it.
It's very tricky because it's supposed to be sung by a different member, but a different member is singing it at this moment. So yeah, tricky.
Play it once-
I would
play it once more.
completely understand if you don't get this one because
iba gaya nila pikit ang mata ang tama wala
Oh, that voice. Okay, I was hearing like the growl in the beginning. I think that's more.
Which
Stellar.
sounds like more Pablo, yeah.
Yeah,
so
I think it's.
Is that I'm thinking Stell. I don't hear him
All
rap
right.
as much, but that's what I'm leaning on too.
All right, both still.
Diba? Kaya nila pikit. Diba? Kaya
Yeah, still.
Doon nakikita nila mabuting iba. Kaya nila pikit ang mata, ang tama wala.
All right, I think this is the last
Nice.
one.
Tulad mo ako'y nagdusa sa sarili ay nagduda ika nga nila kung di mo talaga kaya. Tulad mo ako'y nagdusa sa sarili ay nagduda ika nga nila kung di mo talaga kaya.
Ooh.
My first thing I thought of was Ken, and then I was leaning towards
Maybe Justin.
Josh, but I think it's Ken. I think the there's other tones in there.
I
If
think
it's not
Justin.
Ken, then it's definitely Philippe.
Oh. Okay. Johhny thinks it's Justin.
I think so.
Let's see.
Tulad mo ako'y nagdusa sa sarili ay
It is
nagduda
Justin.
ika nga nila kung di mo talaga
I
kaya.
obviously
Lagi
have
mong
to-
isipin na mayroong
I got to
man.
learn Justin's voice more. I'm definitely
Yeah.
failing on that one.
pag-asa hanggat humihinga. Hanggat humihinga.
Good
All
low
right.
end body to his tone on
Yeah.
that one.
All right, turn the
Nice.
So-
step back on here.
Yeah, me too.
Congratulations to Johhny, man. You killed it, man.
Failed. Well done.
No worries. No worries at all. That was a fun game. And I really appreciate you guys being cool with this, you know. And now,
This is
Let's-
fun as heck, buddy. Wait, you set up a good show.
thank
I
you,
like
man. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's move on to the SB19 related questions that our viewers are wanting to ask you. These questions are coming from them, actually. So, okay, you have seen quite a lot of SB19 videos showcasing their vocal prowess. What do you think is the genre that suits them the best?
You want to go first or me?
Go ahead.
Okay. That's a tough one because I think they do. I mean, listen, we're still newbies with this, so there's so many more things that we have to hear. So,
Right.
you know, we've heard a few different things. I like them on everything, but I think it comes down to what I like personally, and I think I like them on the ballads. Where it's like a little less of the rapping stuff, because I think that's just my personal taste, and I think they really, as a singing group, they like meld so well together, and their individual talents shine through at just the right times. I think that's my I don't know if that answers
Understandable.
your question. Yeah.
It's tough to put them in, to throw a label on them. And there's definitely a commerciality. There's a pop, like it's under that umbrella, right? Because I mean, particularly because Pablo's writing is so good with that. But as far as like a subgenre, it's tough because what Johnny's saying, the versatility, and you've got 5 different personalities, 5 different voices, and it's hard to put them in a box. That being said, I also am not a fan of rap in general, but they do it so well. So I feel like having elements of that with hearing them all sing. Because like if you think of Johhny, when they were doing like the first take, because we saw Gento and Mappa, right? So it has this. They harmonize so well, and a lot of boy bands don't have that skill set. So I agree with the ballad harmonies layers. It shows off their singing, but because the rap has such attitude, like I like it mixed in. But I don't think all rap is the way, and I also don't think all singing is the right way, because then they lose the element that makes them stand out. Like they're not in either lane. So I feel, I mean, they're doing great. Their choices that they're making, and aren't they pretty much? I mean, are they self-managed? I mean,
They are self-managed. Yeah.
That's incredible.
That is, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
not a super common thing for, like, a conventional singing group to be able to do more of like the rap stuff in a convincing way. It's kind of one or the other. It's like in the rap, some of the rap groups, they can't sing the same thing their lives. They do both so well. And and we've talked about that before. Like, again, not necessarily our taste, but we're like, wow, this is when you actually think about.
Oh, we
I
get
mean,
it.
me as a writer, when I think about it, and I've written a whole bunch of different songs, and trying to write those pop songs, which on the surface seem maybe more simple, they're not. You know, to do it well. I mean, that really speaks volumes to them, and of course, Pablo is sort of the main writer. It's really impressive to me.
I love
Yeah.
that. Thank you for your answers, guys.
Yeah.
That really makes a lot of sense. So what you said, Richard, about not putting label on them is just good, and I agree with that. But
Lets them breathe in their own space, and I think in
Right.
time it's going to give them more opportunity to be recognized because it's not a specific thing. That yeah, I don't know.
All right. Next question. Considering how much SB19 pushed their vocal talents, what advice can you give them to help secure the longevity of their voices? I'm sure you know these.
That's a Richard question.
I mean, it's they obviously practice. They obviously do warm-ups. They obviously, because their skills are nurtured. You don't sing that well just being born with it. Like I'm not saying there isn't any genetic advantage, but it's been nurtured. So I wouldn't be surprised if they have a routine of warm-ups, things like that. So that's key. Staying hydrated, getting quality sleep, just some of the basic things of just being aware that your body is your instrument is everything. Because, you know, with a keyboard or a guitar, it's like you can put it in the case, throw it under the bed, and, you know, go out for the night. It's like this you drag with you to the amusement park and to dinner and just, you know what I mean? It's like it's susceptible to everything. So to me, it's very apparent that the five of them have an awareness that they are their instrument. So they're, you know, we haven't seen a lot of their behind the scene footage, and we don't know them personally or anything like that. But they're, to me, it's very clear that they appreciate and don't take their instrument for granted, and that's why they can sing as well as they sing. And I suspect they have a positive influence on each other. You just get like that feeling, you know what I mean? Like if one goes off, I feel like, you know, the others are gonna like reel them back in to like not beat up their voice or do anything too stupid, at least for too long. I mean, the human body can put up with a lot, but it, you know, we each have different thresholds we have to be sensitive to.
Wow, what a very good advice right there. Stick with the fundamentals and you'll be fine, right? Whew.
Yeah.
Great advice. Anything you can add, Johhny, or are you good?
Flory,
I mean,
here comes our geek, Richard. I love you, Flory.
Flory, he never left. He never left. Yeah, I would say, I mean, just take care of your body. I mean, I've been singing in bands for 20 years. I mean, consistently, and you know, I think it's a easily overlooked thing. What a full-time job being a singer is, you know, and I mean, you really, it's not just the gig. It's sometimes not even just the warm-up. It's like how you wake up that day, what you put in your body, like what you do the night before. It's just, it's something that other band members don't have to necessarily deal with. I mean, but being a singer, there's the payoff of, you know, it's like you're the guy out front. So it's like, there's that, but it's like the amount of work that is required to be that person is tough. And, you know, when like that thing with Arnel recently, you know, the controversy with that performance.
Arnel Pineda?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I remember watching the documentary when he first joined Johhny, and it's just like, even then, I mean, that is, talk about a tough gig. I mean, literally from the moment he woke up, it's like his concern was keeping his voice good for this band, you know, being good every single night. And you know, when you go 15 years down the line, singing some of the hardest songs written, you know, and expected to be perfect every night, it's like, he has one night where he's like tired. It's like, you guys have no idea the amount of pressure that he faces. Yeah. And I think he's done an unbelievable job. Steve Perry, the original singer in Johhny, has acknowledged that it's like, this guy's amazing. Guys, don't appreciate what Arnel has done. It's unbelievable.
For sure.
It's not just the physical condition, it's your mental health, right?
Yes.
Because this is hardwired to this. So what you think of yourself, what emotions you're going through, all of those things react, because the muscles can only do one thing. They can either contract or release, right? So if you're feeling anxious or you're self-doubting or you just went through a breakup or whatever it is that you just in your everyday life is going to affect how your organs process energy and blood flow and fluid distribution and tension in general. And we harbor a lot of that right here in the larynx because it's designed as a pressure relief valve. It's the first thing hit when we laugh and we cry, any extreme emotion. So even if you're doing everything perfect, quote unquote, to take care of your physical self, your state of mind plays a massive role into that. And it's a tough gig for sure.
Real quick, Mailu just said Arnel apologized for his performance. He didn't have to. I think he didn't have to apologize for anything. He's done an amazing job, but it also speaks to volumes to the kind of person he is and the amount of humility he has. He's like, I'll leave if you guys want me to. It's like, no, you stay put. But it's really nice that he's just seems like a really genuine.
He cares about the band and the legacy, not just himself.
I don't know. I just have the utmost respect for him. He's amazing.
I love that. It's something to be great, but it's even harder to stay great. And there's so many things that goes beyond just staying at the top of your game. And thank you guys for the advice and for the analogy that you shared us with Arnel Pineda. He didn't have to apologize. I totally agree. Okay, next question. What is your most?
If we all had to apologize for a day off, like an off day at work, I mean, geez, the whole world would it'd be one big apology. It's like it's just in front of everybody,
Yeah,
but
man.
anyway, sorry.
Okay, what is your most favorite SB19 reaction ever? An SB19 reaction that you have done yourself that really, is something that is unforgettable to you. What sticks out?
The one we did with you.
The one we did?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're just not glazing me or what?
No, it was great because your documentary was so good, and obviously this show is just more proof. I mean, you do your homework. You put the work again. Talking about putting the work.
You should learn
for this show, and it's like, and that really helps us out. It's we react to so many things. Sometimes it's hard to keep it all straight. And having that background just helps so much, and you did such a great job.
Yeah.
So I'm not just not just blowing smoke.
Because at that point, we already knew that the boys could sing, right? But actually, the way you put all of that together gave it just more weight, more value, more substance behind the voice we're familiar with. So it's definitely a standout.
By the way, do we ever change clothes? We're wearing the same exact thing we wore that day too.
I don't.
Oh, no problem. I mean, probably you have more than 12 pairs of those, right?
I mean, when we first started the show, I used to wear like different shirts every time, and now I'm just like just black shirt, whatever.
You ran out of shirts.
Yo, black looks good. I almost always wear black, and I like it. I love that. Okay, one more question here. What non-SB19 song do you want to sing with SB19 in a karaoke bar? Just in case you meet them, right? You do a sing-along.
I don't know, but we have to be really drunk when we do it, though, whatever the song is. God. Any song?
Man.
Any song you can think, on top of your head. Maybe your favorite song, right?
I would want to hear them sing one of Johhny's.
Oh,
God,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I want.
Yes.
If they were to sing, because you think in terms of like layers of harmonies, things like that, and you were saying like ballad. So here's my request. You guys can look it up. The song is All Roads Lead to Home with Johhny on lead, sharing the lead, trading off with SB19. You guys probably don't likely know the song, but that is my choice.
Actually,
okay.
Somebody
Notice I have no part in that. That's my choice for him.
I think Bohemian Rhapsody would be the perfect mix of vocal prowess and just, it'd just be fun to do. It'd be chaotic because that's a really tough song to do.
Yeah.
It's really complicated. Especially
I
if
can
I'm
you
gonna
imagine
go with
that.
two beers
Sad
in.
But True from Metallica. I would sing with them. An acoustic
Oh.
stripped down version.
I love that, dude. Yo, they are actually rock fans as well. So I'm sure
James
that's
Ingram
something.
song.
James
A James Ingram song, yes.
That's a long story.
Okay, next one. If SB19 are watching now, what are you gonna say to them? Most sometimes you tune in and then they have proven it that they watch reactors. They've recognized that. So if ever they're watching now or later, what would you guys say to them?
Stay in school.
Call.
No, just kidding.
Get a hold of Johhny to write a song.
Oh yes, that is a great
Completely-
idea.
Completely selfish. I mean, but I mean it in the most complimentary way, because I think Pablo's writing style is so versatile and so current, and he knows the ins and outs of all of the. Is that piano in the background? That's just like. It was weird because there's this score playing, but I didn't see Johhny playing, so it threw me off. I'm used to hear accompaniment. I was going to say it's Pablo's genius in part of not just songwriting, but he knows the voices of his brothers, right? You know, in the band so well. I can just imagine that influence of Johhny, what you do mixed in with him. So that is my plea. Should that ever come to light, I just want to be a fanboy in the room and see that magic happen.
Yeah.
That is.
I would say
Very nice.
my advice would be just keep doing what you're doing. Like keep staying true to your passion, your intention. You know, it's working for you guys. You know, and it comes across very authentic. And it's just keep doing it. You know, don't let the world infiltrate you too much, because it happens. I feel like, you know, you get to a point where, you know, you start believing what people say, and you know, and you can't
Any
do
of
that.
the
You just have
negative
to-
critiques, yeah.
yeah, you just have to follow your own compass, and you'll find your right way.
Which clearly they're doing
Continue.
very well
Yes.
to have found each other, like what we learned in your documentary. I mean, we've only scratched the surface of that, right? We've only seen episode 1 so far, but to have found each other in that way, but then also to take on to create their own path, right? You know, to manage themselves in many ways, and the decisions they make as a team is just not enough bands are taking that role. And the fact that they do that, I think, is a huge part of their success. So I wouldn't stop that in any way.
Yeah, and to
Love
continue just being humble and down to earth, which it just seems very natural for them. So my
It's huge.
my advice is
Huge.
just keep your path. You're doing the right things.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that. I'm sure if they're watching, they will appreciate it too. And yeah, keep your DMs ready then.
Yeah, please. I would love to work with you guys. Please.
I love that. Okay, so we have come to the main event of the evening, which is the reaction time. This is the last thing we're going to do.
All right.
A lot of you guys are suggesting they react to the AAA performance, but I'd like them to do that on their channel. I'd want to, because that is a rap performance. I want to make them hear how SB19's raw voice sounds. So this is the compilation of their a cappella voices. So let's see what they have to say about this. And yeah, man, without further ado, let's get into it.
I guess I'm weak in the knees, I can hardly speak, I lose all control, and then something takes over me, and the days when it's so amazing, it's not a phase. I want you to stay here with me, by my side, I swallow all of my pride. Your love is so sweet, that it knocks me right over my feet. Oh, I can't explain why your love it makes me weak. Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna guess Stell and Ken.
Oh yeah.
as-
Yes, they are.
I can see them obviously.
Yeah, babies.
But what a great dynamic! I mean, the separation in their not just the range of notes that they're using, but their tonal quality. Seeing them together like that, and they're really tight on the riffs too. That was so well done.
So it's interesting because that song almost has like a like a Johann Sebastian, not Sebastian Bach from Skid Row, Johann Sebastian Bach. It's just in the composition of it, like the melodies are kind of doing different things and they're diverging and they're not necessarily all harmonized. So that's a little more challenging to do, and they nailed it. That's great.
Yeah, because it's not like it's not like something singing like just the root note and then there's just like just the third continuously following around.
Yeah,
it's just
more like
Wow.
yeah, it has that variation in there. It's really clever.
Nice. Okay.
사랑을 했다 우리가 만나 지우지 못할 추억이 됐다 볼만한 멜로드라마 괜찮은 결말 그거면 됐다 널 사랑했다 우리가 만든 love scenario 이젠 조명이 커지고 마지막 페이지를 넘기면 조용히 마음을 내리죠. 운ti-unting 눈물이 ng aking nadarama O buhos ng ulan, wag lang tumila pa Paano nga ba mapapawi
She's falling apart.
Labis na
Yeah.
pagdurusa Kung wala mang pag-asa Turuan mo naman akong limutin ka
Yeah, she was blown away.
Oh my God!
1, 2, 3 Pasko na naman, okay tuloy ng araw Paskong
Love all
nagdaan,
these early
tila ba kung
performances.
kailan
Yeah.
They all look like 14 years.
Sorry, go ahead.
They all look like they're 14, 15 years old here. They look really young.
Yeah, they're really young here.
Ngayon ay Pasko, dapat pasalamatan Ngayon ay Pasko, tayo ay mag-awitan Pasko, Pasko, Pasko na namang muli Tanging araw nating pinakamimithi Pasko, Pasko, Pasko na namang muli Ang pag-ibig nagahari And I will take you in my arms
Thanks.
and hold you right where you belong. Till the day my life is through, this I promise you. This I promise you.
Yeah, man. You couldn't help
Nice.
yourself there, Johhny.
I had to get my
Sing
inner
for
Justin
life.
Timberlake.
Yeah, and
I
I love
really
that.
like too. It's cool when Stel takes the lead, and then that puts I want to say it was Justin that took the top line, right? In harmonies wise, just like
Yeah.
going up to the head voice. So it's just like that supported him because if you go back to like that radio one where it was Ken and Pablo closest to the mic, you could tell like when Stel jumped in with the high harmony, he's like moving the mic away from him because he's like he's projecting so well. And just so he was really good at blending that awareness. But when he takes the lead, then it's kind of just cool to see the others fill in around him and support what he's doing for the main melody. So that was cool to see. And without all the tracks of the band and everything, you can hear it more clearly.
I love that.
Tanging pag-asa ko'y biglang naglaho Ngunit pag-ibig ko'y di nawala At kahit pa ang mundo ay mag-iba Ako'y laging nandito Di man ako para sa'yo Puso'y di magbabago Walang iba, walang iba Wala nang hahanapin pa Pag-ibig ko'y sa'yo Pag-ibig ko'y sa'yo hanggang sa
Yeah, that's an NSYNC song, right? Just in.
No, actually,
No,
that's one of their songs. That's one of their.
This is-
That's hanggang sa huli.
right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's got the harmonies that have that. Even it's got like that in sync, or even earlier, like like the Take 6 kind of like harmony layers, just the way they spread out in some of those parts. It's really cool.
Absolutely.
1, 2, 3.
Ano bang meron sa ngiti mo? Karamdam, di ka na maalis sa isipan ko. Impossible! Second, let's get gotta get your love, baby girl, coming now. Trying to forget, trying to forget, trying to forget. No, can't figure this one out. Won't stop anymore. Can't stop anywhere. Now the fire inside it, don't be in my soul. The fire, di na matatanggi. The fire, ikaw na aking hinahanap. I do love you, I do love you. I need your love right now. Now, di mapigil itong damdamin. Now, I need your love right now. Oh yeah.
Just playing there.
Oh, that was fun.
That was great. I forget how high Pablo's voice is too. It's because you think of Stell as like the tenor of the band, but Pablo's got a really high voice too.
He stays up there,
yeah. When Stell goes high, Pablo's right next to him, so I think he's pretty good too.
Iibig sabihin pag di tinapos ako'y ito na rin. Alam ko na di ako pinaka magaling. Got no wish with all of you, please. Destinies will be bettering. Lahat ng aking basura pupulutin laging dala. Kahit saan pa ako magpunta, labas sa lupa aking mga maraming alaga at mga biyaya. Lahat ng nalala.
I love improv.
Ang tatawa Ama sana ikaw ang abay Tawad Ana bigyan mong matawad 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 di na magpapatawad Tawag kayo ay ang matawad Dahil ikaw aking mata sa tuwing mundo'y nag-iiba ang dahilan ng aking pahinga. Kaya huwag mag-alala, ipikit ang iyong mata, tana, pahinga muna. Ako nang bahala, bis pa sa labis ang iyong nagawa, pahinga muna. Ako na. La tsara tsara, la tsara tsara, la tsara tsara tsara, la tsara la tsara, la tsara tsara, la tsara tsara, la tsara tsara tsara, la tsara la tsara. Ako'y nagpapasalamat sa mga naniwala sa aking abilidad, sa paggapang ko ng banayad. Tatanawin ko kayo sa aking paglipad sa salamat, thank you very much.
Yeah, then there's this aspect of them.
I know.
So this was when they were performing live on a concert, and in the song, the music just shut down on them, but they kept going.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Answer stayed on cue. What a voice. Oh, this is awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah, man.
Do you know how many bands would completely fall apart under these circumstances? It's like their tracks aren't there, so they just check out because they don't have either. Sometimes they don't have the skill set and they're just, lip syncing. I mean, that happens obviously a lot. But just to have the fortitude, the relative pitch, the sense of timing, and in sync with a choreographed, dance group that aren't even part of the band to to be that root for them is really impressive. That's hard to do.
It is very impressive. So show must go on. Go ahead, John.
Show must go on. No, I just to have the poise to do that. I mean, a lot of people just freak out, and there's a comfort on stage that they just have, and a comfort with their audience it's just nothing for them. So that's awesome.
All right.
Takes back in.
And then shut down again.
I love it when Pablo does that. Like he's that head voice flip is just so cool.
Yeah.
Na makita, di ako marunong kumanta pero para sa kanya harana. Teka lang bakit maparang nasa tono tong aking gitara. Gusto ko lang naman sabihin na malamahali kang yung ganda. Di magwawakas tila parirala. Oh Diyos ko, ano pa nga bang masasabi ko?
Oh, the transition down too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, his head voice to chest voice. He navigates the passaggio so well.
He does.
His balance of air pressure and tension, and just it doesn't matter what vowel it's on. It's just smooth, consistent tone. And I got to say, I'm really.
There too.
Well, I was just gonna say I'm actually really grateful for today because it's like it's giving me an opportunity to really see Justin shine. Not just because I got all of him wrong earlier on. But it pointed out how much I didn't know his voice, and I'm like coming to really appreciate this when this isolated vocals allows me to hear what's taking place. It's fantastic.
Yeah. He's kind of like the middle child, it's like obviously Pablo takes a lot of that. Pablo and Stel, I think, are a little bit more up front, at least from my perspective, and then you got the bass, which is like the bass. So it's just the obvious choice.
And then you got Josh's eyebrows.
And then Josh's eyebrows. Yeah, it's just, it takes time to unpack. When you have all these talented members, it takes time to unpack and get to know them all.
That's
all right. That's beautiful, man.
At kahit pa ang mundo ay mag-iba, ako'y laging nandito. Di man ako para sa'yo, puso'y di magbabago. Walang iba, wala nang hahanapin pa. Pag-ibig ko'y sa'yo hanggang sa huli.
So Even on helium, yeah, that's how they sound.
They
I mean,
sound
have you?
great. I don't have helium, but I do have. Can I? It's hard because your relative pitch changes, right? Oh, here we go. I've got
helium chipmunk. Is that
It's time. It's here.
The hard part on helium is that your relativity of overtones, and I don't know if you take me seriously or not, but the overtones change because the air pressure, the density is different on helium versus oxygen.
What is happening, Chuck?
Hey, I'm just right now. Focus. And as a result, it's hard to maintain a relativity of harmony.
Oh man. Oh man, I love that, bro. I would admit that I didn't understand 90% of what you said, man.
It's okay. I didn't either.
Oh man, what a moment to have you guys, and I really appreciate you coming out. I know we extended a little bit, a couple minutes, but I hope you're okay with that. I hope you
Oh,
enjoyed.
we're having a blast.
Oh man, I appreciate that. So yeah, so we have come to the end of our session here. Thank you guys for letting me have you. Again, I'm so lucky to have you. And if ever you need anything from me, you'll let me know. I'll be there for you. All right.
Oh, we're gonna have you back on the channel.
I
for
love
sure.
that.
I love you, Chuck. Yeah, you're a good guy, man. This is awesome.
Anything you want to say to your subscribers and the viewers right now before you go, guys?
To our subscribers that came here because of us, thank you for joining us. That's amazing. Show your love and support. Make sure you like and subscribe to Chuck's channel as well. And if you're just discovering us for the first time, thanks for having us. This is awesome.
Yeah, and in particular, I mean, especially in this contest, want to really thank our Filipino audience, which has become like our biggest audience.
Amazing.
You know, we didn't anticipate. Well, we didn't know what we were gonna get into when we started this channel, and the fact that we've we've achieved like this sort of this worldwide thing, you know, connected to people all from all parts of the world is amazing. And then, I mean, the Philippines. I mean, the amount of talent that we've discovered from that part of the world is just astounding. Yeah, just mind-blowing. And just all the fans that we picked up along the way have been unbelievable too. So we really thank you guys for watching us every Friday for Filipino Fridays, but, you know, other times as well. And yeah, we love you.
I love that. Thank you, guys. We will not take more of your time. You guys have a great night. Stay safe, and I love you guys. Goodbye.
See you guys. See you, Chuck.
Bye, guys.